All right, let's get you the latest. Now, Union Minister Pralhad Joshi has backed the Karnataka Seer, who, remember, has been accused of sexual abuse at his mutt. Now, the minister has said that the Seer is cooperating. Remember, this at a time when the Seer has not even been questioned in the case. It's been 5 days, in fact, since the FIR has been lodged, let alone arrest or detention. The Seer, remember, has not even been quizzed in connection with this case.
That investigation is going on. Let investigation report come out. Arresting, non-arresting is not the issue. Investigation should be proper. I hope the Karnataka government and Karnataka police are doing the proper investigation.
So far it's not been even questioned is what you are saying.
I am not aware of that, but let me only say there should be a fair and proper investigation. That I urge. Remaining that, the law has its own way and its own course.
All right, let's cut across to my colleague Deepak Bhupanna, who's reporting live from the Bengaluru city. Deepak, 5 days on, FIR has been lodged, let alone any arrest or detention. The Seer accused of sexual assault has not even been questioned yet. And then you hear a union minister supporting the accused Seer. All this, do you think, is a bid by the BJP to keep its Lingayat voter base intact ahead of the upcoming Karnataka polls?
Well, we've seen over the last couple of days the kind of political patronage that the Seer has enjoyed and also the support that he's got. We've had the legislator of Chitradurga, the constituency where this particular mutt is. He's paid a visit a couple of times. He's spoken in support when confronted and asked. He says he's done nothing wrong. He's been coming here for years together and, he's just come here to check on the Seer. And as far as the investigation is concerned, he says is going on parallelly. We had another JDS leader just a while ago pay a visit as well. He continues to remain inside the mutt premises. Let me in fact ask my video journalist Sunil to show you. A lot of people continue to come here, pay a visit, meet the Seer, all that is going on. But as far as, the girls who've complained in this particular case are concerned, it's been over 4 days, since the FIR, of course, has been registered. They were brought to Chitradurga. They have been kept at the CWC government facility. Their statement was recorded in front of the committee. Later, the statement was also recorded, in front of the magistrate as well. That concluded yesterday. But even now, we have not seen, the police attempt to question the Seer who's accused number 1 in this particular case. Parallelly, another investigation is going on into another FIR that was filed. In the first FIR, of course, the primary accused has been named as the Seer of the Murugha Mutt. The warden of the hostel here, Rashmi, she has been named as accused number 2. She went ahead and filed another FIR after this initial, complaint was made. At Chitradurga, she files a complaint that she was sexually assaulted by a former administrator of the Mutt, Mr. Baswaraj, who's also a JDS leader. Now, investigation by the police is going on in that particular case in the Mutt. There are police who are present here. There are policemen who are present at the entrance to the Mutt who are also seeing people come in, go out. But, the main question that comes up here is that while, the investigation is going on, while the statements of the girls are being recorded and on that end, the police are doing their job, why aren't the police considering that if there is truth in what the complainants have said, isn't there a possibility that the Seer being in the very premises where the crime has allegedly taken place, can't he tamper with evidence, influence the witnesses? Isn't this a possibility? Moreover, we are seeing several political leaders cutting across party lines. Congress, BJP, JDS, all of them indirectly showing support to the Seer. How is this going to have a bearing on the investigation, on how the police really look into this case? These are all questions that really come up.
All right, Deepak, what has been the reaction of the BJP so far, the Bomai-led government? Is politics, here, this entire case only raises one very pertinent question. Is politics so important for the Bomai-led government? Is the Lingayat voter base so important? Is it above the safety of the children who've alleged sexual assault?
Yes, the primary focus of the elected government should be safety of its children and a thorough investigation in a case where there is a serious charge being leveled of aggravated sexual assault, that too on minors. Now, while, of course, we are looking at how the situation has unfolded, we should understand that political parties, like I mentioned, cutting across party lines, do not really want to make a statement where they feel that the community would be angered, making a statement against the seer. If, there is anger in the community, they feel that could have a bearing in the elections coming up. But are they going to compromise on, the investigation, on the safety of children because of their own political gain or loss? Well, that's the question that our politicians should really answer to the people of the state. Because even if there's a slightest of possibility, if that the complainants are speaking the truth, that means, that there's a lot of wrong that has happened inside the mutt, and whoever is guilty should be really booked. So for a thorough probe like that to happen, the politicians should refrain from making any sort of statements, in whether it's in their personal opinion or not, which will side with the seer or side with any of the accused in this particular case, and ensure that the police have a complete free hand and no pressure to investigate this particular matter.
Absolutely, Deepak Bopanna, I urge you to stay with us, for we have more updates coming on this big story. Now, Times Network's reporter Deepak Bopanna, who in fact was just reporting live for us, had also held an exclusive chat with the JDS leader Virendra Papi, who was on his way to visit the mutt amid the probe. Now, the JDS MLA says that he has been in fact visiting the mutt for 5 years now. Also added that the mutt has a legacy and that it must be probed, whether it's genuine or just a mere political conspiracy. Let's listen in.
ಮಠಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತರ ಈ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಸರಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಅವರು ಈ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ, ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ ನಡೀತಿರೋ, ನೀವು ಬರೋದು ಸರಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಾ?
ಅಣ್ಣ, ನಾನು ಮಠದ ಭಕ್ತನಾಗಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 5 ದಿನದಿಂದ ನಾನು ಮಠದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನೇನಿದು ವಿಸಿಟ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿರೋದಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನೀವೊಂದು ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ಸಹ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜನದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳದ್ದು ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಇವಾಗ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಬಂದಿರೋದು, ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸರಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಾ ಈ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ? ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸರ್. ಇವಾಗ ಅಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಇರೋದು, ಇದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಈ ಮಠದ್ದು. ನೀವು ಈ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿ ಕೂಡ, ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಕಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದ ಜನದ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಈ ಮಠಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ದೊಂಥರ ಇದು ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗಿಲ್ವಾ ಇದು? ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗಿಲ್ವಾ ಇದು? ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಬುದ್ಧಿಯವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಆಪಾದನೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ದೊರಕಲೇಬೇಕು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡನೇ ಮಾತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪೀಠದ ಗೌರವ ಇದೆ. ಬುದ್ಧಿಗುಳದಿಂದ ಅದೇನು ಸತ್ಯಾಸತ್ಯತೆ ಅದು ತನಿಖೆಯಿಂದನೇ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಆ ಸತ್ಯಾಸತ್ಯತೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರೋ ತನಕ ಅದ್ರ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಷಡ್ಯಂತ್ರ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅರ್ಥ.
All right, let's go back to Deepak Bopanna, who's reporting live on the story from Bengaluru. Deepak, on one hand, we have a list of minors who've alleged sexual assault, mental harassment at the hands of this influential Lingayat Seer. And on the other hand, we have a beeline of netas visiting the mutt. And not just that, in fact, very shamelessly also justifying their visit at a time when the seer is not even being quizzed. What more are you picking up? All right, I'm learning that Deepak Bopanna has disconnected, but that's the latest. Remember that we're picking up. It's been 5 days since an FIR, in fact, was lodged against this this very influential seer. However, the important question is that the seer has not even been summoned for further questioning. And meanwhile, not just that, in fact, the political leaders still continue to visit the mutt.